Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one sentence to describe what this show I just watched with Monday Night Raw tonight. What the fuck did I just watch? That's what this big sentence coming out of my mouth is. What the fuck? Really? 3 hours of this shit. And our main event is Big Show versus Braun Strowman with no ending, ending result. Bunch of jobbers fucking around in the middle of the ring of a main event on Monday Night Raw. I mean, where in the fucking world am I right now? Am I on planet Earth or am I on another planet? Because I really can't understand where Vince McMahon is going with this, what he's trying to do with this show. But in all honesty, it sucks. I mean, there ain't nothing going for this show. Big Show and Braun Strowman main event. That should have been in a fucking 10 o'clock hour. Or 9 o'clock hour or something. But it's fucking last match of the show. You couldn't have Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns do a promo ending to the show, and maybe have Brock Lesnar have a interaction with him. Instead, you have a fucking goddamn Braun Strowman versus Big Show. Unbelievable, just fucking unbelievable. Now, I'm going to go ahead and this is the review on tonight's episode, Monday Night Raw. As I usually do, I give out the date, so February 15th, 2016 review. Welcome to it, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little long introduction to what this is all about. Of course, you all knew what this was going to be about before it started. Just based on possibly watching the video and seeing the title also. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but usually my introduction is very quick, gets right to the point what this video is about. But yeah, what a horrible fucking ending to this show. We started out the show the right way, but we ended it the wrong way, and the middle was crap too. So the beginning was about the only thing worth watching. We start off the show with an introduction with Dean Ambrose coming out, asking for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar didn't show up not one moment throughout the entire show. Supposedly he's going to be showing up on SmackDown tomorrow night for the live taping, and going to be shown on Thursday night for their SmackDown airing on the USA Network. Oh, big whoop-de-doo. So we get to see Brock Lesnar on SmackDown, where most people won't even watch. They're trying to use Brock Lesnar as a way to get some ratings grabbers. That might work, it might not. People might not give a fuck at all. It all depends on what people want to do for their 2 hours of their life on a Thursday night. Me personally, I might check that out possibly on a be able to watch it on like a website where I can skip commercials and things of that sort, so I don't have to have my night dragged out for a full 2 hours and check that out. But without a further ado, I'll get started on this review. And the first thing that happened, as I mentioned, Dean Ambrose came out, made his announcement that he wanted to face Brock Lesnar face-to-face, one-on-one, in the middle of the ring, but Stephanie McMahon decided to come out. She goes, oh, well, you want an F5, you want to be F5, blah, blah, blah. Fans are cheering like a couple of fucking idiots cheering on that Dean Ambrose wants to get F5'd. I don't quite understand that. I mean, like, seriously, I seriously think, personally, I think that Vince McMahon has either done one or two things. One thing he might have done with the WWE audience has dragged all the people that have brains towards wrestling away from it, or the people that actually love professional wrestling have become completely retarded from watching this shit. I don't know which one it might be. It might be a combination of the two, or it just might be Vince McMahon has been able to knock away all the people that have brains in their heads about professional wrestling. But without further ado, we go ahead, we're told that, oh, well, you're not going to get an F5, but you're going to get a different kind of F5 called a Fatal 5-Way match. What the Fatal 5-Way match? It was called a Fatal 4-Way, you dumb bitch. But, I mean, the promo was done very well. I have to admit that. That was pretty good. But the concept of the name of the match, Fatal 5-Way, was just kind of idiotic, a little cheesy in my opinion. But we had, a decent match to start off the show. I mean, it was for the Intercontinental title, and there was a stipulation thrown in on top of it. I mean, you had the stipulation, and this was very good storytelling by throwing this stipulation in. You had, if Roman Reigns interfered, well, you get disqualified and knocked out of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship #1 contenders match in the triple threat, and it just becomes a one-on-one match between between Brock and Roman Reigns. Or he loses the title, or retains it on his own. Sorry about that. Which is a very good deal, and one thing that she throws out there is, well, you know what? He has to make a choice: allow his friend lose his title, or screw his friend over, so he can retain his title, but he won't be able to be in the triple threat match, increasing his chances of being the winner of the one-on-one #1 contenders match for the world title. Now, that was a pretty good storytelling move there, and they moved right into that match. Now, my whole opinion about that is, I think they did the wrong thing here. I think that was a very dumb move, because that match should have been the main event. I mean, this was a title match. The Intercontinental you could have given it more value, and what have you. And they could have later on mentioned that the winner of the title would, like on SmackDown, announce that, the winner would be facing Dolph Ziggler, which Kevin Owens was the man that won the title back. Kudos to him. And goes on to face Dolph Ziggler. Now, they could have had that as the main event of the show, and then, like, on SmackDown, made an announcement that Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens would face each other for Kevin Owens' Intercontinental Championship. I think that would have been a little bit more of a smart idea, and it would have made a lot better sense of making that the main event instead of Braun Strowman and the Big Show. What the fuck? Fucking idiotic shit. Match itself was pretty decent. I enjoyed watching it. Kevin Owens picked up the 1-2-3 with the pop-up powerbomb on Tyler Breeze. And I thought actually, we were going to see Dolph Ziggler get the win off of Dean Ambrose, because Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag on Dean Ambrose while Dean Ambrose was hitting Dirty Deeds on, I believe it was, Stardust. And he couldn't seem to get the whole, get the cover on Dean Ambrose, and Tyler Breeze tried crawling into the ring to get the pinfall on Dean Ambrose, and Kevin Owens happened to see him going after him, and he did the pop-up powerbomb and got the 1-2-3 on top of it. So, we then moved into the show, and that's when the show just became a downhill extravaganza from there. And then my friend Matt, who works with me on the Random Wrestling Talk episodes with me and John, he even mentioned to me that was great, but now everything's gonna go straight downhill from here. And boy, was he right on that from the moment that match ended. I have to agree with him on that, because the rest of this show is a fucking load of shit. Big E versus Mark Henry. The fucking New Day are boring as hell. I don't even understand these fuckers. They're boring as shit. Big E won with a wasted ending. He didn't even hit his finisher on Mark Henry. Mark Henry either looked like he messed up his leg or his rib cage was hurting him from the body splashes that Big E was delivering to him. Whatever. I guess they were just trying to sell something here with Big E looking like he was big and tough and could outdo the world's strongest man. Who the fuck cares? Mark Henry's over the hill. This guy needs to just hang it up, go away, and disappear already. Do something else with your life. Find something else to make a living doing, because you're horrible at this point. Your time has passed, and it's time to move on, you know? Then next portion of the show, we had Brie Bella come out to advertise about the Divas title match that she's receiving against Charlotte, which I don't understand. Why is Charlotte Charlotte defending her title against Brie Bella, who has had nothing to do with any title picture purposes whatsoever? That is just illogical and idiotic. Who the fuck is writing this shit? And Vince McMahon being dumb enough to approve it and being okay with it. This is just dumbfounding to me and astonishing how this man could allow this kind of shit continue to show on his show week after week. Is he like purposely trying to, dismantle WWE? I mean, if you're gonna do that, just sell the fucking company to somebody who gives a shit, I mean, this is just fucking terrible. Give us a break here. I mean, there ain't much more wrestling organizations we can actually turn to watch. I mean, we don't have the sources to watch any kind of wrestling organization like you do with WWE. I mean, if you want to torture us, do it elsewhere. Find another source of entertainment to torture people with that's garbage. I mean, come on, man. This is professional wrestling. Yes, it's scripted. Yes, the matches are fixed, who wins and who loses. But apparently, Vince McMahon doesn't care about wins and losses. That's not what's important, and that's what Road Dogg Jesse James said on his Twitter account with one of the fans that was interested in talking to him. And I don't quite understand. Then if wins and losses don't mean anything, then what's the point in having matches of any kind? I mean, if wins and losses don't mean nothing, yes, it is scripted. We understand that. It is storyline based. All that stuff. Yeah, it also has to do with the character build-up. He said that too. He said that, character build-up is what this is really all about. No, it's not just all about that. If your character's that good, if he's that entertaining, then he should be winning more than losing. That's the point. I mean, they do that with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wins because a lot of kids and a lot of women like him. And that's what Vince McMahon's trying to go after with Roman Reigns. Great, wonderful. He's doing right by Roman Reigns with that part. Dean Ambrose, he's been on a roll lately. He's been very highly popular. People are interested in him. He's given him wins instead of losses all the time. This is the first win he's received in like 2 or 3 months now. He's been on a roll. He has been really good. The way they've made him look. And on top of that, how he's been stepping up to Brock Lesnar. He looks outstanding. He looks like a believable champion. And a guy at least to compete for the world championship. Which leads me to believe that with Dean Ambrose losing the title tonight, the IC title, he has probably maybe a legitimate chance to winning, be given the opportunity to face Triple H, because the way Roman Reigns is being pushed and the way that, fans are interacting with Roman Reigns, they're considering possibly doing a change because of how popular Dean Ambrose is doing. And I mean, truthfully, they should. I mean, you think about it. Look, I mean, you got the audience cheering him on. You know, he's got amazing build to him with the whole wanting to beat Brock Lesnar's ass and prove that he is a man, he can fight the odds, and everything else. That is awesome and great what they're doing with him. But then on the other hand, on the flip side, you got Roman Reigns being looked at as the guy that they want to make to face Triple H. Why aren't you making him look believable? I mean, you're not doing anything to make me believe that he's got a shot. He's like the wild card of the whole thing. It seems like Brock and Dean Ambrose are the focal point of this whole entire thing. And what, Roman Reigns is supposed to walk in there and win? Like, what makes him so fucking special that he deserves to have the win, while you got Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, who you built up so well, and you're going to tear him down, and Dean Ambrose, who you've built up over the last couple of months, since winning the IC title, to nothing. Why? If you're going to just go ahead and, you know, during the storyline build up to the triple threat match to leave Roman Reigns hanging high and dry, then apparently that's just telling your audience that you don't value his work right now. That he's not going to get a push. That he's not that all that important. He's just a wild card thrown in the mix. I mean, I think that's idiotic. I don't quite understand the purpose and reasoning behind what they're trying to prove here, outside of trying to hope and pray that maybe they can fool people to make them think that he's going to lose and either Brock or Dean Ambrose are going to win. Again, they're doing the same cycle they did last year. Oh, let's put Roman Reigns against Daniel Bryan like they did last year, and see if, you know, and have him have a great match with Daniel Bryan, and it'll help, you know, make people believe he'll get over with the audience. No, man. I mean, he's got to be able to put on great matches on a consistent basis. He doesn't put great matches on a consistent basis, so let's be honest with that. Has he improved? Absolutely. He has improved immensely. But he's not being put in the eye of the audience as a real threat. I mean, seriously. But I'll get further into that and discuss more about that. The Divas title, that's pointless. Charlotte's acting like a little punk, going ahead and saying that she doesn't care about her husband and her sister and all that stuff, and trying to make her have a guilty conscience and forfeit her title shot against Charlotte, which is completely dumb. I don't even understand that. That was just a waste of everybody's time. AJ Styles versus The Miz, that was a decent match. It actually went on for quite a while, and AJ Styles picked up the victory by submission with the calf killer. And we then get a promo finally made through AJ and Chris Jericho. Holy shit, for the first time ever, we get to hear AJ Styles talk on a microphone. And my God, he did it so decently. He didn't sound like he was crap. Isn't that amazing? And it sounded legit. It sounded like, I want to fight you, you want to fight me, let's do it. It wasn't the exact event that I was thinking they should do it at, but nonetheless, it was a match planned between two men that want to settle the score. 1-1. Let's go ahead and find out who's going to break the tie. You know, granted, it's a 50-50 booking bullshit again, but with this, I would make an exception to. But yeah, so we get the match, and we're going to hear the final decision by Chris Jericho on Thursday Night SmackDown. Find out what his decision is on this situation, whether or not it's something that he would be interested in doing. From there, we get Paige and Summer Rae. Wasted fucking match. Another wasted opportunity for a decent match. They did nothing. Paige lost to Summer Rae, actually. That's a bit surprising. Paige is a little bit more of a higher ranked level diva than Summer Rae is, but what the fuck? Who cares? Then we had Paul Heyman come down to the ring, and he discussed his thoughts and his feelings about Roman Reigns. So he asked him to come down to the ring so he could discuss it right to his face and be totally straight up with him. Very good promo by both men. I liked what Roman Reigns had to say. I liked what Paul Heyman said. It flowed very well. It felt organic and genuine. I felt that this was definitely worth time spent. The promos actually weren't that bad tonight, except for the Divas title promo segment. I think that was just fucking retarded, and it felt so scripted and unrealistic. It just didn't feel right. It felt like they were just robots reading a script and what have you, but whatever. But Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns really put on a good promo here. Decent build-up. About the only thing that WWE did right on Roman Reigns' part to help him look legitimate for this triple threat match. But in all honesty, the two men that look great in this triple threat match build-up is Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is beating the shit out of fucking Dean Ambrose left and right, and so forth. But again, I mean, Dean Ambrose looks more like a legitimate person that could challenge for the title. Brock Lesnar, of course, hands down, there ain't much they have to do to make him look legitimate. And Roman Reigns, that's the problem. All three of these guys should look legitimately ready to have the opportunity to face for the World Championship. And I think the best person is Dean Ambrose. I'll give you a little bit more emphasis on what I think should happen at Fastlane and then for WrestleMania 32. After I get through all this crap. Zack Ryder versus Heath Slater. What the fuck is this doing on the show? Why? What is there any reason for this shit to be on my TV? Really? This is garbage. Heath Slater wins. Fucking garbage. What a waste of time. Lucha Dragons and Neville versus Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus. The League of Douchebags. Del Rio picks up the victory by hitting the top rope move that he does now with his feet plunging into his opponent's chest on Sin Cara. And the match ends. Like, who the fuck cares? Where is this building to? He's supposed to have a match with Kalisto for the United States title. He's got all these other guys involved. What the fuck? Maybe have like a one-on-one, face-to-face confrontation for the United States title. Give some kind of fucking rhyme or reason for this shit. Nothing. There's no verbal confrontation. There's nothing going on here except pointless matches between these two, because this is a pointless match to begin with. God almighty. We also they talked about Booker T for Black History Month, which was a nice little package they had. Becky Lynch versus Naomi. I didn't even fucking watch this. This was pointless to me, and Becky Lynch won. Who cares? We then went into the Big Show versus Braun Strowman match as the main event. What? Okay, now I'm going to stress this one last time, and I won't go as long as I did in the beginning introduction as I'm going to do now. But Vincent Mann, and I've read rumors about this, Vincent Mann has said that his talent, Braun Strowman, is extremely good. He just has held him back from doing anything on television. I guess feels like if he does that, he'll surprise people later on down the road, giving them the impression that this guy is definitely who they say he is behind the scenes. Now, you put him in the main event of Monday Night Raw. You'd think if you're gonna do that, make him show us what he has to offer, then the same fucking shit we've been seeing from him week after week after week after week since the day he started on WWE's main roster. I mean, I could understand if, okay, we're gonna put him in the main event with Big Show. I mean, granted, people may not like this, but we have him show that he can do other things than what we've shown on TV with him. That would have been worth my time. I would have at least seen something different from this guy to make me say to myself, you know what, this guy may have the it factor. He may have what it takes to be something big in this company. And he did nothing different. So why was he in the main event with Big Show? Can anyone in the comments below just explain that one to me? Because outside of the same comment I'm pretty sure I'm going to expect from all of you is just Vince McMahon's out of his fucking mind. WWE are a bunch of idiots. This product is a load of crap. And so forth. Outside of those comments, unless you guys can come up with a different comment to why this is, leave it down below and let me know. Because outside of those comments, I don't have any fucking idea what they are thinking by putting this as the main event. If he ain't gonna show any new talent that he has developed over his time in WWE that Vince McMahon sees that he's not allowing us to see on television, then why put him in the main event unless you're gonna have him finally show us what he's got? It's pointless. But anyway, getting off that, complete fucking waste of time. It ended up being a DQ. Ryback came to the ring. Kane came to the ring. You're going to get a 6-man tag team match either at Fastlane or WrestleMania. And God help me, it's going to be a fucking travesty. A complete and utter joke. WrestleMania 32, I have to say, is going to be the absolute worst WrestleMania. Last year, a lot of people said, oh, WrestleMania 31 is going to be shit. 31 is going to be crap. No. This is by far the worst build-up to a WrestleMania I have ever seen. It seems like WWE is trying so hard every year to prove how low they can really go. And boy oh boy, this ain't limbo. This is fucking professional wrestling with storyline telling and unique creativity. And there is none in this show whatsoever. With a little bit of creativity, but mostly just garbage. Now, getting into my creativity and what I think should happen at the main event of WrestleMania 32. Okay? What should happen at Fastlane is Dean Ambrose walks out, the winner and number one contender. You took the belt off of him. You dropped the title of Kevin Owens. That definitely, to me, would legitimize him as a number one contender right there. That gives me a clue that he should be winning the match facing Triple H one-on-one at WrestleMania for the World Championship. That to me would be more meaningful and make more sense and the right move to go because everybody likes Dean Ambrose. He's the more popular guy out of him and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is just liked by girls and kids. I mean, granted, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a guy that's liked by women and kids, but he needs to have a majority. He don't have nothing. He has half the audience. You don't need another John Cena. You need a guy that's liked by everybody. Not just by a small group or a half a group or whatever. You know, it's just fucking stupid. No offense to women and kids, but they, you know, I'm not going to say all women and kids don't know nothing about wrestling, but the casual ones don't. They don't know nothing about professional wrestling. But the hardcore fans of women and kids, okay, I'll say they are not part of that category. And if anyone is watching this and they are a casual fan, no offense to you, but you don't know what really is good wrestling. I mean, granted, some of the guys that a casual wrestling fan might like, I probably would like too. But then there's other things that differ from me from a casual wrestling fan. Not to be insulting or rude or nasty to anybody. That's not what this is meant to be like. But, getting on to my point, and then I'm going to end this video on that. Dean Ambrose is liked by everybody, okay? He's got the more popularity. The only other guy that would be suitable to face Triple H would be Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar has already faced Triple H at a WrestleMania, so there's no need to do this again. And Brock Lesnar winning the championship from Triple H would be too damn predictable too. So I wouldn't even do that. Truthfully, anyone facing Triple H would be too damn predictable because he's not going to be a guy that's going to hold on to the title for a long period of time. That I don't see happening. At least I would hope not. I would hope that at WrestleMania 32, that's when he drops the title to somebody. But Dean Ambrose should be the winner of the Fastlane pay-per-view, face Triple H, win the title. Roman Reigns comes out of the ring, celebrates with Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns turns his back on Dean Ambrose, and he becomes a heel. That's what needs to happen. That's the perfect moment. That's like your Seth Rollins cashing in on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' match from last year's WrestleMania. You may not get the same shock value out of it, but you'll get something out of it. And I'll tell you the truth. People want to see Roman Reigns as a heel. They don't want to see him as this little smudgy-duddy, nice little guy who, kicks some ass and whatever and has the boring attitude. They want to see a raging Samoan bastard. They want to see a Samoan raging badass. And what better than to turn him heel, join the Authority with Triple H. Triple H takes his side, starts saying, this is the man I was looking for this whole time. Not a Seth Rollins whining bitch who complained about every time he had to be in a title match or defend his championship or any kind of obstacle he just ran away from. You don't run away from your obstacles, you go through them. And I like that about you, and I respect it. That is what we need. You want to build up for Triple H and Seth Rollins? There it is. You want Roman Reigns to start getting liked eventually down the line by the fans? There it is. You want fans to be happy at the end of WrestleMania 32 and walk away happy with what they got? You get Dean Ambrose as champion. There that is. So, bottom line is, the choice is Dean Ambrose, World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns, heel, and that helps build Triple H, Seth Rollins for your match later on this year. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments and opinions down below. And I thank you very much for watching. Lay it to smack it down on that fucking subscribe button. Have a great night, guys. Bye.